It's 12 a.m. and I'm feeling it. I want you to come over right now. I'm thinking about the last time we touched. Can you give me another taste somehow? My body needs your attention. Satisfy me from head to toe. It's time to play and I'm ready. There's so much to me you don't even know. I want our bodies to compensate. Baby, can you push play so we can start this thing? My touch will definitely make you penetrate. Now pause cause I wanna stay this way. Rewind so we can do it all again another day. Bodies to compensate. Bodies compensate. Bodies to compensate. Baby, can you push play? Bodies to compensate. Bodies compensate. Rewind so we can do it all again another day. The doorbell rings and you're finally here. I'm waiting on you upstairs anxiously. In my sexy lingerie, full of dirty things to say. Eager as to what you have in store for me. Oh, I see a shadow coming up the stairs. Your facial expression shows me that you're ready to take me to ecstasy. My body needs to merge with yours. Come please me, come please me, come please me, please me, come please me, please me. Bodies to compensate. Baby, can you push play so we can start this thing? My touch will definitely make you penetrate. Now pause cause I wanna stay this way. Rewind so we can do it all again another day. Bodies to compensate. Bodies compensate. Bodies to compensate. Baby, can you push play? Bodies to compensate. Bodies compensate. Rewind so we can do it all again another day.
Blessings for the place. Oh no, wishing blessings for the place.
You feel me?
I'm wishing blessings for the place. Oh no, wishing blessings for the place. Bless them. I cannot fuck with you niggas. Can't fuck with you niggas. Cause y'all do the most. Why y'all act just like some bitches? That's why I'm so low. I'm by my money, little nigga. Don't fuck with my dough. Everything that glitters and gold. Listen to me, there's no lobbying told. We all gotta burn a little nigga. So lose all that tough shit. See, murder is easy. Until them cuffs click, you don't live by a code. So all your boys gon' snitch. Can't trust you little niggas. I know you gon' fold quick. Hey, what it means to be a real one, they don't know. Yeah. All the real ones gone. Flakes on that flake shit. Yeah, them flakes on that hate shit. Please bless all these flake niggas. I'm wishing blessings for the place. Oh no, wishing blessings for the place. Please bless all these flake niggas. You flake niggas for the place. Oh no, blessings for the place. Bless them. I'm wishing blessings for the place. Bless all these whole niggas. You know niggas who you are. I'm wishing blessings for my enemies. Blessings for the flake. Bless them.
Flake. I can't fuck with those. Them hoes really need to go. Yeah. That's for kill it whole bloodline. Let them lay, bleed out. Baby on that place.
I'm wishing blessings for the place. Oh no, oh no. Blessings for the place. Please bless all these flake niggas and fake niggas for the place. Oh no, oh no. Blessings for the place. Bless them, bless them. I'm wishing blessings. Please bless all these whole niggas. You know niggas who you are. I'm wishing blessings. I'm wishing blessings for my enemies. Blessings for the place. Bless them, bless them.
So they not knowing it better. Hating on real, just like they know better.
I'm wishing blessings for the place. Oh no, wishing blessings for the place.
You feel me?
I'm wishing blessings for the place. Oh no, wishing blessings for the place. Bless them.
And welcome to the Petty Murphy Project and Family Nation Forever Radio present Project Jerk. We're a special guest, musical artist, Austin Adkins, everybody. And of course, y'all know who I am. You know what that means. I'm Petty Murphy, the HNIC, everybody. And like I said, a lot of great things have been popping off lately. I just returned from Las Vegas, Nevada, and pretty much big shout out to Caden Gordon for setting all of this up. Y'all gonna see a lot of artists coming from my way, from Caden, everybody, and this is how we got Austin Adkins, everybody. So before we bring Austin Adkins on here, we're going to play a track from Mr. Austin Adkins called Full Tilt, everybody, here on the Petty Murphy Project and Family Nation Forever Radio presents Project Jerk, live here on Facebook Watch and on my YouTube channel at the Petty Murphy Project. Let's go.
About as bright as the blue lights chasing us down I-79. No way of knowing where we might end up by the time the tank dries up at the end of the night. They try to take us down, but doing our own thing. Moonshine in a moonlit summer rain. But we were making our claim to country fame till we heard those midnight bullets ring. Sideways, all the way from Wayne County, West Virginia, all the way down to Broadway. Some good old boys having a damn good time. Only get to live once and make the most of your life. First rate, damn straight, superstar show on a jacked up tailgate. Some people say we're crazy, that's just how we're built. Got the throttle wide open, living life full tilt. Going down the road, one hand on the wheel and nowhere to go. Drop the blue lights right around the county line. Time to tie one on and get back to feeling alright. This life I'm living got me stuck in the fast lane, looking kinda like a modern day John Wayne. Trade the route for an old guitar, a jar of white lightning and a decked out car. Sideways, all the way from Wayne County, West Virginia, all the way down to Broadway. Some good old boys having a damn good time. Only get to live once and make the most of your life. First straight, a damn straight superstar show on a jacked up tailgate. Some people say we're crazy, that's just how we're built. Got the throttle wide open, living life full tilt. May not know where we're going, but we know we're living free. And in the end, the memories we make are all that's left of you and me. Sideways, all the way from Wayne County, West Virginia, all the way down to Broadway. Some good old boys having a damn good time. You only get to live once and make the most of your life. First rate, damn straight, superstar show on a jacked up tailgate. Some people say we're crazy, that's just how we're built. Got the throttle wide open, living life full tilt.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was our special guest here on the Petty Murphy Project. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Austin Adkins here on the Petty Murphy Project. Austin, welcome to the Project Jerk presented by the Petty Murphy Project and Famo Nation Forever Radio. I actually have talked with the mister. He will be coming on here shortly. Austin, man, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I appreciate you having me. Hopefully you're doing well.
I'm doing well. I'm recovering from a nice 3-day trip to Las Vegas. It was very fun. Got home last night and then directly went to work this morning. So I'm a little exhausted, but you know what? We set this interview up. I wasn't going to miss this for the world and disappoint the fans. I do want to let everybody know this is the first country music artist to actually appear on the Petty Murphy Project. And yes, you are. Thank you. It's an honor. It's an honor. So history has been made as part of the 550 episodes that we have done. This is the first country music artist to appear on the Petty Murphy Project. I'm honored and I'm blessed.
Hey, I really do appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, let everybody know where you're from, where your background started, and what got you into doing music, and what inspired you.
So I'm from Wayne County, West Virginia, and what really got me started doing music, I used to be kind of a loner. I mean, I didn't really get a big friend group. I always like to keep my friend circle small. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I guess that garnered some of the attention of the upperclassmen, so I'd get picked on here and there. And whenever I get to feeling down, I'd turn on whatever was on the radio. I don't care if it was Breaking Benjamin, AC/DC, George Strait, 50 Cent, Green Day. I mean, anything that made me feel any kind of way, I turned it on. And I realized, I'm pretty good at poetry. So at that point, I was like, I'm going to try to learn guitar. So I picked up a guitar. I started learning to play. And within 6 months, I wrote my first instrumental. And within 1 year, I wrote my first song. And it was from that, that feeling that I would get listening to music and me wanting to help other people feel any kind of way that I can make them feel is what really got me started.
Hey, that's inspirational right there, man. And, I was the same way in high school myself, too. Basically 9 months to popular consensus, getting picked on everything else, too. But, what doesn't kill you make you stronger. And basically you're living out your dream and you're living out your purpose in life. Now, full tilt. I listened to it when I got the song Sunday in Las Vegas. I listened to the song. I was like, man, I gotta get this played. The world's gonna have to hear this. But your inspirations in music. You're doing country music, and you mentioned George Strait. Who are some of your other inspirations that got you doing country music, man?
Well, that got me doing country music or just music in general? Because I mean,
you can talk about both.
Okay. All right. So as far as the storytelling goes, the storytelling of my songs, I like to draw inspiration from George Strait because that man could tell a story.
Yes, he can.
Keith Whitley both. They both could just put a story and it can melt your heart. As far as my sound, now I really like Eric Church's, I like his style because he does like a bluesy rock kind of country. And like, I tell people this, like I said, I'm a country artist. That's why I said about any genre. But whenever it comes to songwriting, I'm sure you're well aware you have to have a certain flow. It has to flow properly.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the way Eminem can make anything flow. I mean, you could put a bunch of words in a paper bag, shake it up, have him draw out 20. He could put them all together, no problem.
Of course.
And I just love the way that he's able to put that together. So between Eric Church, his blues and rock, George Strait's storytelling, the way Eminem flows with everything he says, I think that's really what puts it all together. And of course, my dad, he had all kinds of like Shine Down. He had Alice in Chains, Alice Cooper, that kind of stuff. So I like rock a good bit.
Okay.
So, I just put a mix of it together and there's me.
There it is. Now, how long have you been writing and performing music?
I didn't really get to perform until I was 21 because I was living in Nashville at the time, and it's hard, or not in Nashville. I was a little bit south of Nashville,
Mm-hmm.
but it's hard to get in any of the bars down that way unless you're 21, even if you're just performing. So I would say I'm 28 now, so about 7 years.
Okay. Okay. And on that 7 year journey, what have you learned along the way? What traits have you learned along the way in pursuing what you're doing right now?
Well, first things first, there is going to be a whole lot of ups and downs, and nothing is set in stone. I mean, COVID for sure proved that.
Yeah,
Before
that's true.
COVID, what is it?
It's very true what COVID did,
Oh,
because
yeah.
COVID basically made everybody adapt
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah. And it hit especially hard around here. I mean, around here, it's just a lot of small towns in West
Hmm.
Virginia. And before COVID hit, for 3 or 4 years, I was booked every single weekend. The odd Thursdays, the odd Wednesdays, I had bookings. And I had a year and a half worth of bookings booked up whenever COVID hit. And within 1 week, everything just that quick was gone. Everything shut down. So that's one thing I learned. You got to learn how to adjust and go with it. Another thing I learned is you got to vet any kind of professional connection. And one of the big things is, I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but I believe this myself. You can tell how full of it someone is by how much they talk and by how much they name drop. So if you got somebody name dropping every 5 seconds, oh yeah, I've worked with Travis Tritt, I've worked with Tracy Lawrence, I've done this, I've done that, then you're definitely going to have to look into them, because just because they worked with them, I mean, they might have just worked, like they could be saying, yeah, I worked with Tracy Lawrence. Yeah, bud, you was ended up working the pizza place at the carnival that Tracy Lawrence was playing at. That's how you worked with them.
Hmm.
Like, you got to really be careful, because people's going to try to screw you over. They're going to try their best to use you and ride your skirt tail and go right along with you. So you
Yeah,
got to be really careful who you trust and let in.
that is 100% true. And it's just not in the music game, not in just no country music, any type of genre of entertainment. You're gonna say, "Oh yeah, I worked with this guy. Oh, I worked with Chris Rock, or all this other stuff too." It does happen, and that's where you have to do your research. And I think for music artists, especially, because it's so easy for an artist to get taken. It's so easy now because everybody wants to say they're an A&R and this, they're all of this and that. They know these producers and all of that, and yet nothing. So
Yeah.
everybody, take Austin's advice. Do your
I mean,
research.
you got to look at it. Really think about what they're saying. Oh man, if you work with me, I can get you out there. I can blow you up. Well, if that's the case, why haven't you blown up yourself?
There it is.
Yeah.
And, and ladies and gentlemen, speaking of what we like to call blow up, ladies and gentlemen, it's the other co-host, the other host of Project Jerk, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mister from Famo Nation Forever Radio, everybody. What's going on,
Man,
Famo?
salute, salute. What's going on, famo man? Jerky, man. Glad to be here, man. Salute. What's going on with you, man? How you doing?
Hey,
I'm
I'm doing
doing
good. How
great.
are you?
I'm doing great.
I'm doing
Austin,
good.
Austin said some very key things about his journey he's learned in the last 7 years. And Famo, you and
All
I
right.
talked about this many times on Famo Nation Forever Radio and the Petty Murphy Project. We talked about artists that you talked about somebody saying this and that. Austin, you want to go ahead because we just got Famo back in here. You want to go ahead and fill Famo in on what you said, because he gonna basically say some things too that makes sense. Everybody, go ahead,
Yeah.
Austin.
Yeah. So basically, what I was saying, like the basic summary of it is, you got to be really careful who you trust, because, like I was telling Petty Murphy there, if you got somebody that's saying, "Oh, I've worked with this guy. I've worked with that guy. I've done this. I've spent this amount of time on the road. I've done this. I've done that. If you work with me, I can blow you up." Well, you got to really look at it, because if you're going to blow me up, why haven't you blown yourself up? You know what I mean? Now, you got
I
to be
agree.
careful with who you work with. You got to vet every person that you come in contact with, because you never know when you're going to come into somebody actually legitimate, or you're just coming into somebody that's just trying to ride off your hard work.
True, true. There's a lot of people in this game, man. A lot of people in this industry that do just that. What you said, they'll ride your coattails, man, off your hard work, and that be a key point. A lot of them use that and say that they can blow you up, but them themselves in their career, man, stagnant, don't have no motion. So I agree with you on that, man. If you can blow
Yeah, and
somebody else up, you should be able to blow yourself up too.
exactly. And it's a lot of hard work for us. I mean, Famo done music. He's been producing. He's been doing the radio and everything else too. I've been doing comedy, promoting, putting the Petty Murphy project together, and a lot of people don't seem to understand what that struggle is. And when we talk to artists like yourself, Austin, we don't bullshit. We'll tell you about us. We'll tell it how it is. They'll tell it how it might be. And the mister helped me get the Petty Murphy project off the ground, and this is pre-COVID. It just so happened that when COVID hit and I couldn't do comedy shows, he's like, Famo, you're going to have to pull up the Petty Murphy project. You got to pull up the radio show. And I pulled it out. And, 3 years later, over 500, damn near 500. Matter of fact, this is episode 550. So, it's a grind. And I'm blessed that, big shout out to Caden Gordon. Caden, basically we're setting up interviews, and Austin was the first artist to inbox me, emailed me while I was in Las Vegas, and say, hey, how can I get an interview? And he sent me his music, sent me his credentials. I was like, I'm very impressed. And Famo, I know you missed it, so we're going to play this again. Austin, I'm going to let you go ahead and introduce the single that we played before the show. Go ahead.
Say one more time, I apologize.
I'm going to let you go ahead and introduce your track, Full Tilt. Let everybody know where they can find it at, too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, up next, you're listening to Full Tilt. You can find it on Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, Apple Music, Tidal, Deezer, anywhere that you can find a streaming platform, you can find it there. But guys, hope you enjoy this. This is Full Tilt.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, here's Full Tilt by Austin Adkins here on the Petty Murphy Project and Family Nation Forever present Project Jerk. Let's go.
Let's go.
Moonlight about as bright as the blue lights chasing us down I-79. No way of knowing where we might end up by the time the tank dries up at the end of the night. They try to take us down but doing our own thing. Moonshine in a moonlit summer rain. But we were making our claim to country fame till we heard those midnight bullets ring. Sideways, all the way from Wayne County, West Virginia, all the way down to Broadway. Some good old boys having a damn good time. Only get to live once and make the most of your life. First rate, damn straight, superstar show on a jacked up tailgate. Some people say we're crazy, that's just how we're built. Got the throttle wide open, living life full tilt. Going down the road, one hand on the wheel and nowhere to go. Drop the blue lights right around the county line. Time to tie one on and get back to feeling alright. This life I'm living got me stuck in the fast lane, looking kinda like a modern day John Wayne. Trade the route for an old guitar, jar of white lightning and a decked out car. Sideways, all the way from Wayne County, West Virginia, all the way down to Broadway. Some good old boys having a damn good time. Only get to live once and make the most of your life. First rate, a damn straight superstar show on a jacked up tailgate. Some people say we're crazy, that's just how we're built. Got the throttle wide open, living life full tilt. May not might know where we're going, but we know we're living free. And in the end, the memories we make are all that's left of you and me. Sideways, all the way from Wayne County, West Virginia, all the way down to Broadway. Some good old boys having a damn good time. You only get to live once and make the most of your life. First rate, damn straight, a superstar show on a jacked up tailgate. Some people say we're crazy, that's just how we're built. Got the throttle wide open, living life full tilt. Living life full tilt.
Living life full tilt. Yeah,
That's
baby,
right.
I like that, man. I like that one right there, man.
And
Very,
I'm
exactly.
gonna let you know something, Austin. The missus from Muskogee, Oklahoma, and he loved
Yes,
country
sir.
music. You can tell
Yes,
he a
sir.
country bumpkin. He a country bumpkin, and he liked that
Man,
type
to
of
the
music.
heart.
There you go.
Man, hey, man, that vibe, just the whole, everything, how it's all put together, man. From not only the message that you painted out in there, but the lyrics, the beat, the melody, everything went together, man. A complete song, man. And I like that. I rocks with that. That's Jersey, man.
Hey,
Salute.
I
That's
appreciate it.
fire.
Worked hard on it. I did.
Yeah, man.
You know,
You
And
can.
and here's the thing that I'm gonna let everybody know right now. The Petty Murphy Project, of course, we deal with the underground artists and hip hop and R&B and everything else too.
Yeah.
Famo, you doing the same thing. We're actually expanding her horizons when it comes to our platforms too. We can't just
We
be
deal with
stagnant.
everybody.
We can't. We include everybody, and we don't matter if it's
Yes.
gospel music, country music, rock
Yes.
music, bluegrass music.
Right.
None of that Sam Smith doing something unholy shit. We're not having that. Fuck, we'll play. I'll play on unholy, but that's for the mainstream show. But we give
Yeah.
artists, we give artists the same opportunity great people gave to us. And one of the
Exactly.
great people that gave us opportunity was Mr. Stephen Wallace. Everybody, y'all knew him as Unc.
Man.
And we took a
Oh,
step back. Me and Famo, we took a couple steps back the last couple of weeks because we lost him, and that pretty
man.
much
Yeah. That's
hurt. Is
tough,
because he
man.
was integrate in our passion. And one thing that he showed us was grit. And
Yeah.
for you, Austin, when you talked about losing a year and a half of booking and
Mm.
basically have to come back and start over again,
yep.
that's grit.
Wow.
That's grit. And look where you're at now. Look where you're heading now.
Yeah.
It's grit. And that's one thing Unc taught us. So everybody, man, give up the one for Unc, for real though. Unc looked out for us
Man.
no
Really.
matter what. He looked out for us no matter what. So, definitely much love to him. I mean, we know he's watching down, smiling at us and everything else too.
Man.
But
Straight up.
to all artists right now, what I'm going to do, especially with country music and rock music, hey, the Petty Murphy Project is open, and I'm actually going to create another show based off the music I get. If it's country music,
Yeah.
hey, we're going to have a country hour for the country music artists. We're going to have a rock hour for the rock artists and everything else. So we're going to mix a lot of things up too. And as I stated, famo, this is the first country artist to be on the Petty Murphy Project. That's 3 years.
Yeah.
That's the first country, and he is dope. I mean, I'm amazed,
Fire.
man. I'm amazed.
Yeah, man. Fire. And
Appreciate
that's
it.
what I was gonna say too, man. With Federal Nation Forever Radio, man, diversity is one of our main things. And when it comes to music, man, it doesn't matter what genre it is. Music is music. It's a message in it, depending on how you listen and how you receive. And we feel like, man, with diversity, you can't just be subject to just rap or just hip hop or just this or just that when you in the positions that we in. You gotta have that ear and also be receptive to be able to listen to the message in any genre, anybody's song. You gotta be able to put yourself in that moment and really connect in. And that's what we have to do. And by us liking a lot of different genres and open to that, man, it's very cool when we get these opportunities like interviewing an artist like yourself, man, because I love country music, man. I listen to country music, we play country music, we mix it in with everything else, man. People still love that as well. And definitely, man, would like to get to work with you, man, and get your song in on there as well, man, because that was fire. And I wanted to ask you with that full tilt, what was your mind frame going in of creating that full tilt song? Like, what was the mind space?
Okay, yeah. So, really quick, I'm going to answer that question for you, and then I'm going to ask you guys a question.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So, the story behind Full Tilt is, sometimes you just got to go balls to the wall. Have a good time,
Yep.
have fun, live life. And what really inspired that song was my family friend Terry Chaffins. This dude is, he lives Full Tilt. There ain't no stopping him. This guy he stays on a motorcycle. All right, he's part of that Iron Butt challenges. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Right,
Okay,
right.
so he does them
Yep,
Iron Butt challenges all the time. Yeah, and what
yep.
you can watch him. He'll be going 50, 60 miles down the road, and he will stand up and do a T pose on the back of his motorcycle.
Yeah,
This dude is
yeah.
insane, and
Man.
it's really just like him, like Full Tilt is him just going out all the time, crazy.
Okay. That
All
makes
right, so
sense. That
really
makes
quick,
sense. I can see that.
just a question I want to ask you guys.
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
it okay if I dip out of this real quick and then come back in, because I'm having a lot of audio issues on my end? It sounds like static coming through, and it's making it hard to hear you
Okay.
guys.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay.
No
Okay, I'm
problem.
gonna pop out and I'm gonna come right back in. Okay.
Yeah, come right back because
All right.
yeah,
All
come
right.
right back, everybody, because me and the Mister, we gonna do our thing. Doug, this is why you're
Oh
gone,
yeah.
Austin. But now,
Oh
Famo,
yeah. Hey,
that's
and
key.
you know what, Femo, that with that song too, man. And I'm glad you brought that up with the different genres as well, because I be trying to encourage artists, man. I know you do too. Hey, man, everybody like with rappers. Rappers only collab with other rappers, but you
True.
got to be able to be versatile, man. You got to be able to sometimes being off inside the rap and hip hop culture. Some of us, not all of us, but some of us tend to stop having the ear to be able to listen to different genres or want to work with different genres. But a lot of the greats have worked with different genres, man. A lot of the greats have some legendary projects out there with working with people outside of their genre, and it's been some
Exactly.
great music, man. So it's something that has happened and has produced some of the best music, man, that's out
Exactly. Look at the greatest collaborations in music history. Michael Jackson, Paul McCartney.
there. Come
The Girl Is
on,
Mine.
come
Say,
on,
say,
man.
say. Elton John
Yes,
and Eric
Elton
Clapton
John.
with Runaway Train, and then Elton
Yeah.
John and Eminem at the Grammys
And
when they did
come
Stand.
on.
I mean,
Yeah, it
you got to look
works.
at Aretha Franklin and George Michael. I knew you were waiting for me. Patti LaBelle and Michael McDonald on my
Patty,
own.
yes, Patty
Country
LaBelle.
music,
Yeah, yep.
country
Mm-hmm.
music artists, Nelly and Tim McGraw.
Nelly.
Little Nas
Yep.
X and Billy Ray Cyrus.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
And
Yep.
you got to look at it that way. And when Austin brought up Eminem, I thought about that. And the same when you brought that up,
Yep.
it really brings that home. And Austin,
Yep.
what do you? Let me ask you, because I know you're in the country music, but you did mention that you love all types of music,
Oh
and
yeah.
you broke down the artists. Do you feel that artists sometimes need to step out of their lane and get
Oh
into
yeah.
other
Yeah.
lanes to evolve?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Whenever I do shows locally, I do some cover songs, and like I said, my main genre is country, but I'll get
Right.
out there and I'll do Green Day, or I'll do Three Doors Down,
Mhm.
I'll do Mike Posner, I'll do Nile Horn. Uh, Hell, I even throw in some R. Kelly. I do the
Yeah,
first
I ain't
verse and
never heard a white guy
chorus.
say they sing R. Kelly. Swear to God. Swear to God.
man. Dang,
What is
dang,
it?
man.
Never heard a white guy say I sing R. Kelly. Never heard that. Never heard that. This
I
is
do.
history, everybody.
I like to
First time.
do it. I like to follow it up. I'll start off doing some George Strait, some old school George Strait.
George Strait.
And without saying a
Man,
word,
yeah.
I'll flip right over into Remix to Ignition by R. Kelly.
Damn. Damn, I got to see that shit. I got to see that.
For
Oh,
real.
yeah, it's great.
For real. George Strait to R. Kelly. Yeah,
yeah.
man. That's a good bit. Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna ask you these questions here. And I'm gonna ask you your top 10 favorite singers of all time. No particular order. I'm gonna give you that top 10. Go ahead, give me your top 10.
Okay, let's see here. Freddie Mercury.
It's a beast, goat.
Yep. Keith Whitley, George Strait, Haley Williams from Paramore.
Okay.
Have you guys heard T-Pain's singing voice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude sounds like an angel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without all the other stuff.
Without auto-tune.
Right.
He's
yeah,
like
he
basically what he is, he's the modern day Milli Vanilli.
Right.
And Milli Vanilli can actually sing.
Dude, I'm telling you, whenever I heard T-Pain's actual voice, it about blew my mind. I probably listened to that mashup video of his probably 20 times on repeat.
Yeah.
All right, so what am I up to? I'm up to 4 or 5 now. I want to say 5.
You're at 5.
I'm at 5. Okay, so I got 5 more to go. All right, let's see. I really like, I can't remember the guy's name right off the top of my head, but the guy of Panic at the Disco.
Jack White? No, that ain't him.
No.
Jack White with the white stripes.
Yeah. I can't remember his name right offhand. We're just going to say Panic at the Disco.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, we'll just go with that. Okay. So Panic at the Disco. You got, I never really gave much thought to my top 10, so it's taking me a second.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Stevie Nicks. She was real.
Stevie Nicks is a legend.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I was about to say legendary.
Man, y'all put me on the spot here. I don't know.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, you threw out some heavy names.
The guys from the Fray. I really like the Fray. They have a really unique sound to them.
How to Save a Life.
Yes.
That song kept Grey's Anatomy on for another 30 years on ABC, everybody.
Didn't it though?
Man.
We thought Grey's Anatomy be canceled after 5. No, it ain't gone nowhere.
Dude, listen, my old lady, she likes to stream Netflix, and usually she can watch an entire series in like a week. It took her like 2-3 months to get through Grey's Anatomy, so I know.
Yeah, that's one of them. That's one of them slow seasons where there's a lot of drama, a lot of tears, a lot of tissues, and like damn.
Yeah, a lot of shit.
A lot of emotional shit.
Yeah,
I think I got 2 more left to pick.
We watch that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I like Gerard Way. Gerard Way's really good from My Chemical Romance.
Okay.
And I think finally, I'd have to say Willie Nelson.
Oh yeah, Willie Nelson's a god.
Oh,
Willie Nelson's a god. Hey, the man's 90 years old and still smoking pot. He a god.
Listen, you know that's why he's still alive, right?
Yes, sir.
He's probably been dead for 30 years. He's just too stoned to realize it and fall over.
Him and Steven Tyler, and Mick Jagger, and Rod Stewart.
Yeah. They just partying up, ain't they?
Oh, okay. Now, let me ask you this, Austin. Let me ask you this. All of those artists are great, but, people ask me who's the biggest influencer that really changed the music game completely. I have to say Michael Jackson. I'm going to have to say Michael, because Michael not only changed the music game by what he did, how many people he affected, he changed the landscape of the game on the business side. MTV, he basically made MTV.
Yeah.
I mean, basically he basically built MTV. with the music videos with Thriller, with Beat It, with Billie Jean, and the
You
way
know,
that he
I've
was able to
always thought,
change that game to basically change how music videos are done. He still has the number one most budgeted produced music video where him and Janet Jackson did Scream.
right.
That is over 20 something plus years ago. That's nearly 20 years ago, 30 years ago.
Now, see, I've always thought about Michael Jackson. Like, at any point in time, he could have decided to hang up music, and he could have went into filmmaking, and he probably could have done very well in filmmaking.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. If you see
videos full on tell the
if
story.
you see how he did Smooth Criminal,
Oh yeah.
and Speed Demon, you've seen how he did everything. He was a visionary, as much as he was a genius.
What was the one song of his where he had the music video? I guess he scared the townspeople.
That was Ghost.
Yes, that's the one I was thinking of. That one, like that one. Whenever I saw that, I definitely knew that he could have easily been a filmmaker.
Oh yeah, he definitely he definitely could have been a filmmaker in the way that he changed the game. Like I said, music videos were never the same after Thriller.
It went from everybody sitting on like a spinning stage or bright lights to actually telling a story.
Right.
Telling a story.
You're telling a story. And another influencer, if you guys haven't watched this on FX, Dear Mama, the Tupac. And and I haven't watched the last episode, which I am going to watch tonight. Basically trying to get ready from Vegas and all that stuff too. But Tupac, when he got out of prison, he had plans. He had plans, but he was so stressed out. But his genius, his creativity, nobody told him he needed the rest. And, that's one thing that I have learned is basically sometimes you got to take a break.
Yeah.
And often, let me ask you, when you're doing all these shows leading up to, pre-COVID, did you feel exhausted sometimes? Did you have to step back for a little bit?
Oh yes, absolutely. Actually, I tell people sometimes that COVID was somewhat a blessing in disguise because before COVID, I don't care. I would have booked any date. That's why, like I said, for years I had been booked every single weekend. So if I wasn't working my day job, I was doing music, and I didn't have no time off. So when COVID hit and everything canceled, I was able to reevaluate everything. And that's why here lately, I don't play nowhere near as many shows as I used to, because you got to have some you time, some downtime, time to recuperate and get back in your own head.
Okay.
I agree with you.
Now, let me ask you this, because, like me and Fam will talk about, especially in the rap game and the music game, and in the comedy game as well, too. Do you think that everybody needs to learn how to collaborate with one another and work with one another? That means not just artists, comedians, venues, bookers. Do we all need to basically all work together?
Yeah, I think it would definitely be beneficial if everybody could learn to play along, come to a level understanding of everything, and everybody was on the same page. I think that would make things so much better. But on the other hand, it's the fact that we don't work together as well as we could is another reason of why we have these things happening. Like you was talking about Michael Jackson changed everything. You got to look at it like that. If everybody was working on the same level, Michael may not have ever done that. So, I mean, it's kind of a double-sided coin. You know what I mean? Because it would make things a lot simpler, a lot easier if we did. But the difference is in how we run our business and how we do our own personal things, I believe, is a lot of what gives artists and comedians and presenters and whatnot their own individuality.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Famo, you got some questions to ask. Go ahead.
Yeah, what's in this year going into for the rest of the year? I know the weather's changing. It's coming around that time, man, where a lot of more people, a lot of more things are happening. And I know you spoke on you was booking every weekend and kind of switched it up a little bit. But going into the rest of 2023, what would you like to see yourself? What are some of the things you would like to accomplish on this journey within the rest of this year?
Within the rest of this year, I'd like to I'd like to start playing a few more states. Right here lately, I've been playing a lot in West Virginia,
Okay.
Kentucky, and Ohio. I'd love to venture down south more towards like Tennessee, Alabama, North Carolina, that kind of area. And my main goal is I would love to because I'm trying to plan a tour for next year, an East Coast tour, and I would
Okay.
love to find the sponsors and other artists and whatnot to make that happen. Because I'm
Okay.
wanting to put together a tour that would rival anything that would be put on from a major label. And the only way that I would be able to do that is if I were to get sponsors that would work with me, and I would have other artists that would want to come out and open up for the show. And
All right.
that's really the main thing, is putting all that together. Is that going to happen? That's a big stretch, because I've never really conducted the sponsor business. I've never really reached out, don't know how to
Oh,
do the
okay.
sponsor stuff. But there's definitely a possibility that next year you could see me on tour, because I'm already next month going down, actually here in just a couple weeks, going down to Nashville to record my full length album. So things should
Okay.
be
Oh
getting good.
man. Okay.
Okay,
Man,
hey,
that's what's
Famo,
up.
you got them events
Yeah.
coming up down in Muskogee, Oklahoma. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure we
man.
can
And you
possibly see if
know,
we can
and
bring
we
it
got
down there.
connections.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah,
be
we
cool.
got connections in a lot of the places that he mentioned too. We got connections in a lot of those places, man. And man, how we are, if we know people in those lanes, the people that can be beneficial to somebody else, you don't have no problem with connecting people in with each other or passing a name over or messaging them, tell them, hey man, you need to check this person out. That's something that we love to do, man. So with your job and just the energy, man, from being on the conversation with you, this interview session with you, man, I can feel it. And that tour which you speaking of now, with what you doing now, from what I heard, I want to hear more. But just from what I heard, though, man, can you imagine? Can you imagine being at one of those stops on that tour and seeing them perform live? Like
Yeah,
even the full tilt, and you know what I'm saying? Like perform that full tilt, and you right there with him live. That shit gotta be crazy, man.
Hey, and the best
That
part
shit
about seeing me
gotta be
live is you
crazy.
can get to hear me do R. Kelly too.
See that's another one.
that's
See,
another one. That's
see,
another one.
see, man,
Yeah,
yeah. But nah, man,
definitely.
I think that's amazing, man, because you do got a vision of something that you want to do. And that tour right there, we all know, man, it's a great thing to do on all sides. All you look at it, and on the sponsorships is really, not that hard to get to, man. But once you get into it, you'll understand, man. And once you find some good sponsors, they'll rock with you. One thing I learned with them is everything that you tell them that you're gonna do, just try to do. You know what I mean? Man, your
Yeah.
word, woman, your word, but everything you tell your sponsor you gonna do, just do that, man. And there's a lot of people out there that I believe once they get a whiff of you or more of you, man, get the sponsorship be no problem. But I love to be live at one of these shows. But we do have people in a lot of those areas that we can connect you in with, man, and see maybe if they know other people that would like to join in, or people that's in your genre, people that's working around in those areas that will be able to contact you and connect with you, and whatever y'all come with, I mean, hopefully it'll be a blessing for you. But salute, man. You got to connect you in with some people too, because I love that's a lot of work and grinding.
Yeah,
I heard Philly mention something about
it
a lot
really
of grit.
is. It really is, and
Yeah.
I'm learning this with my upcoming tour. Because of course I'm filming a movie and everything else. So I'm actually filming two movies in 1 year. So after one is done, take a couple weeks off and then back to the grind. It is hard, but the thing is, and I tell artists and I tell comedians, I tell people straight up, networking is essential.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Use your social
Yeah.
media to its advantage. Use it for
Yeah.
to at its advantage, because social media can open up doors a degree can't.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
And
real.
another thing good too to try is on LinkedIn. You can go on
Yeah,
LinkedIn, sign up for, I think they call it their pro plan, and you get
Mhm.
1 month trial just to check it out. And with that, you get access to all these classes. And that's what I did. I went on there and took some social marketing classes. So that way I could really learn how to utilize it, because I know that social, that is a huge thing right now. And if you're wanting to get any kind of leverage, any kind of momentum going, you need to utilize social media.
Yeah, you got to.
You need to
Because
know how. You got to know how to utilize it. Like you said, when you gain that knowledge on it, that can help you be more effective with your social media. Yeah, salute, man.
it's the
And see, Penny, now, how
algorithm.
many times, Penny, you done been on that interview? We didn't interview somebody, even an artist, and they said, "Yeah, man, you know, I sat down, took the time, and I did the marketing classes." Now, I ain't never heard that shit, man. This is the first time I've heard somebody, an artist, say that in an interview. And that's something that we talk about all the time. You got to keep learning. You got to keep searching for the knowledge and the information so that you can apply and that you can utilize the information.
One thing
That
a
is
lot of
true.
people
Exactly what he
doesn't
just
realize is
said.
just
That's
because you
exactly what he
find
said.
something that works doesn't mean that it's going to always work. So like you
No.
said, you have to keep learning, because
Mhm.
things change on a daily basis, and you got to learn to either change with them or get left behind.
Hey,
Oh,
I
you
tell
left
people straight
behind.
up, Famos heard me say this. In this
Yeah.
business, as in life, you either adapt or you perish. That is
Yeah.
evolution. I
Yeah.
have come from a stand-up comedian, promoter,
Yeah.
now worldwide podcast host. But what a lot of people did not know, because a lot of people thought this podcast would fail, I went to school for journalism. I have a
There you go.
degree in journalism.
Come on.
This is before I
Come on.
got even becoming a comedian. I also went
Right.
to school for business administration. Got my associate's degree. I'm in the process of getting my bachelor's degree in the same damn field. I have worked in customer service. I have networked with a lot of people. And the
Yeah.
thing is that you got to
Oh,
have that knowledge. And if you have that knowledge, because knowledge is power, people. Knowledge is
Absolutely.
power. It's just not some damn thing you heard on Schoolhouse Rock back in the day.
right.
It is
Oh,
powerful. It is
yeah.
powerful how you can teach yourself things
Yes.
that you couldn't get in school.
Oh yeah.
Things that, nobody
Yeah.
showed you growing up, but you learn along the
Right.
way. And one thing that I do as well is I study. I study. I study the entire genre of what I'm doing and what's around me. I see what people
Yeah.
are doing.
Got you.
I'll gain some experience from them, but I'm still watching what they're doing, and I'll do the complete opposite, and then do what I do, and basically become more successful out that way. So it's
Yeah.
okay to take the knowledge from those who play the part but can't play the game.
Right.
I mean, you can take that knowledge and apply it. And if you take those nuggets and apply it, you will find that success. I believe that you're going to get that tour as soon as
Man.
possible. You're going to get that tour.
Yeah.
I believe in
I'm
you,
praying
and
for it.
we collab with one another every single day. We talk every single day. We share each other's posts and everything else too. We will help you get that tour.
I
And I know
appreciate that. I
Caden
do.
Gordon is watching. Hey, you know how to get a hold of me. We going to help you artists out there, is
Man.
because we know how it is in the entertainment industry. It is a
Yeah.
24/7 grind.
Oh yeah.
Right.
But you also have to take that 24/7 grind. You gotta learn. You gotta listen.
Gotta learn.
90% business, 10% talent. And the percentages of the 90% of the business, 20% is listening, other 20% is learning. The rest is be about the other what? Was it say what 20, 50%? It's actually be
That
about
actually
business.
that actually reminds me. Have you ever heard the song "Remember the Name"?
Yeah. Fort Minor.
That's That's about what you're talking about. 5% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
gotta take all the little
Okay,
parts and you just gotta put them together. And I mean, I go ahead and tell people all the time, like I got other musician friends and people who are trying to start up doing music. And I tell them, listen, if you're not quitting at least every other week, you ain't doing it right. If you ain't stressed out enough, you ain't doing it right.
Yeah, you ain't doing it right, man. I agree with you on that. Yeah, because that's how it's gonna make you be. You're gonna have a lot of them days, a lot of them moments, man, and people gonna think you're crazy, but we love it. You know what I mean? We love what we do, we love it. It's a passion of ours, and for some of us, man, it's also an outlet. It's a way for us to be able to get certain things that's on the inside of us and get them out there to the people. Like with the song, the Full Tilt song, man, and how you explain that. To be able to put that in a way that is music form for people to enjoy, that right there is the gift. Everybody can't do that. I tell people all the time, a lot of people can make music, man, and not knocking nobody, but a lot of people can make music. But to be able to touch the listener in a way to where they connect with the music, connect with the song, and connect with the message, that's some powerful shit, man. And that's what greats are made of.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of what I do. I try to, like I said, I'm a storyteller. Now, of course, I've had my fair share of parties, but the living totally full tilt. I don't live full tilt. I got 4 kids. I'm a dad. I got a day job. I can't go all out all the time. But I'm pretty good at making something, making a story. So I was able to take some of my experiences, some of Terry's experiences, and I was able to put them together and make something that could relate to the audience. Because that's the main thing. Like you said, you got to reach the audience, make them feel what you're feeling with that song.
Definitely. You got to. And that's the same thing with comedy. It's the same thing with music. While you put the two together, people like to laugh. People like to listen to music.
And then you got people like Weird Al who does both.
Exactly. He does do both.
And they love it.
With nothing. Coolio was still pissed at him. But still.
Have y'all ever heard of Cletus T. Judd?
No.
Y'all definitely go listen to him. He's like a country version of Weird Al.
Oh, okay. We'll check that out.
We'll check that out. Definitely check that out.
I think y'all might like him.
Definitely check that out. Hey, Austin, we know we get ready to wrap up here on the Petty Murphy Project and the Family Nation Forever presents Project Jerk. Hey, y'all going to hear Full Tilt this Friday on the Power of the Underground on the Petty Murphy Project, which you guys can go to on all these platforms. You guys were able to hear. If you didn't watch it tonight, you definitely can watch the replay on my YouTube channel at the Petty Murphy Project. But this Friday, y'all going to hear Austin Adkins Full Tilt. Also, you got some other tracks also too that you're going to hear from him as well. We're going to put that on the Saturday Morning Playhouse as well, everybody. But Austin, let everybody know where they can find your music, when your next performances are, and where they can follow you on social media.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So as I said before, basically any streaming platform you want to listen to my music, anything that you've got, Spotify, Amazon, Tidal, Deezer, iTunes, etc., you can find me on those. If you're looking for me on social media, you can find me, just go to Facebook. If you're looking on Facebook, type in Austin Adkins. Make sure you click on pages, and it should have around 3.2 thousand likes, and you can add me on there. Keep up with me through Facebook. If you're looking on Twitter, I want to say it's A Adkins Music, all one word. And for TikTok, Austin Adkins Music. And I don't really have an Instagram. I ain't going to lie. I don't understand how Instagram works, so I ain't even going to fool with it. So, yeah, if you want to keep up with me, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and of course, you can search for me on YouTube. Just type in Austin Adkins, and you should be able to find me on there as well.
Absolutely, and I'm definitely going to submit your music over the Famo Nation Forever Radio. Definitely going to have to get you playing on there as well. I know Famo probably had to step out for a minute, but hey, Ladies and gentlemen, y'all do need to tap in with the Famo Nation on Famo Nation Forever Radio and get you some of that jerking with the Mister and special guests, everybody. Do call in at 319-527-6057, everybody. And like I said, I'm getting ready to go on tour, and night one of the Petty As I Want to Be Night 1 tour starts June 23rd, live from the Record Bar at Grand Boulevard, 1520 Grand Boulevard here in Kansas City. Y'all see who the comedians are performing: Taylor Lean, Josh Lynch, Peels, Terrence G, George Dill, Lavetti Vegas. Musical guest Danielle Deanda, Sick and Twisted, Dre Logic, Gnosis, and a whole lot more, everybody. Get y'all tickets now at $10 on Eventbrite.com or in person. Then we head into Omaha, Nebraska, June 24th, live at the Beach House Bar with comedy from Terrence G, George Dilla, Peels, Taylor Lean, Josh Lynch, Camille Moon, with musical guest Sick and Twisted, Danielle Deanda, and just added Sean and Nat with Dre Logic on the ones and twos, everybody. Tickets are on sale at $10 at Eventbrite.com in person, or go pick up your tickets and buy them at $10 at the Beach House Bar in Omaha, Nebraska, everybody. And then, of course, we're doing it again June 30th, live at Vivo Live Events in Overland Park, Kansas. Tickets are available online at Eventbrite.com at $10. In-person tickets will be on sale this Friday, everybody. So be on the lookout for that, everybody. I want to thank you all for tapping in tonight here on the Petty Murphy Project and Famo Nation presents Project Jerk. I want to thank Austin Adkins for coming on here tonight here on the Petty Murphy Project. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with him and listen to that music. Tap in this Friday morning and Saturday morning on the Petty Murphy Project. For the Mister, for Austin Adkins and myself, everybody, I'm Petty Murphy, and I approve this message. You have been watching Project Jerk live on Facebook Watch, and I leave you with this 15 seconds of Petty Murphy comedy, everybody. So I'll see y'all soon on the Petty Murphy Project. Let's go.
You sitting over there by yourself? Yeah. Why? Hey! That's my favorite type. Single white female.
All right, everybody. I'll see y'all. I got another interview coming up tomorrow, everybody. So y'all check on the lookout for that. Austin, I'll be hearing from you real soon, my guy. I'll see y'all later on the Petty Murphy Project. Peace.